Just weeks after posting his wedding photo with the words, "A day we will never forget," Diogo Jota and his brother André were killed in a car crash in Spain. At 28 years old, Liverpool's Portuguese star was at the absolute peak of his career and personal life.
His first delivery is right underneath, oh would you believe it?
This is the story of a tragedy that shocked the football world and why we lost more than just a talented player. But here's what makes this tragedy even more devastating. Today's story isn't one anyone wanted to tell. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Diogo Jota's death represents the loss of one of football's most underrated talents.
Salah rolls it in, Jota, 1-0.
And how a single moment on a Spanish highway changed everything
Tragic news
for two
that is
families
that Liverpool
forever.
and Portugal forward Diogo Jota has died in a car accident in Spain.
We'll cover exactly what happened in those early morning hours, the incredible career numbers that prove Jota was more than just a squad player, and the personal story that makes this tragedy absolutely heartbreaking. July 3rd, 2025, in the early morning hours on the A52 highway near Zamora, northwestern Spain, Diogo Jota and his 25-year-old brother, André Silva, are traveling in a Lamborghini when disaster strikes. According to the Spanish Civil Guard, the Lamborghini suffers a tire blowout while overtaking another vehicle. The car veers off the road and bursts into flames. Both brothers die at the scene. Here's what we now know about why they were on that road. Jota had recently undergone minor surgery and doctors had advised him against flying. He was planning to return to Liverpool for preseason training by taking a ferry from Santander in northern Spain. To reach the port, he was driving from Porto, a journey he had completed in reverse for his wedding just weeks earlier. No other vehicles were involved. This wasn't a collision or someone else's mistake. It was just a tragic mechanical failure that ended two promising lives, while Jota was simply trying to get back to work. But here's what the initial reports didn't tell you about what we really lost that morning. Most people think Jota was just a good squad player who got lucky at Liverpool. The numbers tell a completely different story. Career totals: 302 club appearances, 102 goals. But here's where it gets interesting. His goal ratio actually improved as he moved to bigger clubs with more pressure. Paços de Ferreira, goal every 2.9 games. Wolves, goal every 3.4 games. Liverpool, goal every 2.6 games.
Most players struggle when the stakes get higher. Jota thrived under pressure. But there's an even more shocking statistic that proves his true value. In the 2023-24 season, when Jota got injured in February, Liverpool were sitting comfortably at the top of the Premier League table. When he returned in April, they had dropped to third place. That's not coincidence. That's the impact of losing an irreplaceable player. Let's break down his Liverpool record more specifically. 47 goals in 123 appearances doesn't tell the full story. He was competing for minutes with Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, and later Darwin Núñez. Yet he still managed to become indispensable. Look at that finishing, clinical, composed. This wasn't luck. This was a player who scored when it mattered most. Born in Porto in December 1996, Jota started at local club Gondomar before joining Paços de Ferreira's youth system in 2013. By 2014, at just 17, he was making his senior debut. His first professional goal came in May 2015 against Académica de Coimbra, a brace that made him the youngest player ever to score for Paços in the top flight. March 2016, Atletico Madrid paid an undisclosed fee to sign the 19-year-old Jota. But here's what most people don't know. Atletico immediately decided he wasn't ready for La Liga and loaned him out. First to Porto, then to Wolves. At Porto, Jota announced himself with a stunning first-half hat-trick against Nacional in October 2016. 3 goals in 45 minutes that showed he belonged at the highest level. July 2017, Wolves signed Jota on loan for their championship campaign. What happened next was extraordinary. 17 goals in 44 league games as Wolves stormed to the championship title. Wolves made the loan permanent for €14 million in January 2018. In his first Premier League season, Jota scored 9 goals, including a memorable hat-trick against Leicester City in January 2019.
making him only the second Portuguese player after Cristiano Ronaldo to achieve this feat in the Premier League. September 19, 2020, Liverpool paid £41 million for Jota, rising to £45 million with add-ons. Many questioned whether he was worth that fee. 8 minutes into his Premier League debut against Arsenal, Jota scored. But that was just the beginning of something special. By November 2020, Jota had scored 7 goals in his first 10 Liverpool appearances. The first player since Robbie Fowler in 1993 to achieve this feat. He also became the first Liverpool player to score in each of his first 4 home Premier League matches. Jota's Champions League debut for Liverpool was historic. He scored the club's 10,000th goal in their history against Midtjylland. Then came the hat-trick against Atalanta. With Liverpool, Jota won the Premier League in 2024-25, FA Cup in 2021-22, and EFL Cup twice. But his contribution went beyond just collecting medals.
Under Jurgen Klopp, Jota's versatility was crucial. He could play as a central striker, left winger, or right winger. His work rate was exceptional, his pressing was relentless, and his finishing was clinical. In the 2024-25 season under new manager Arne Slot, Jota had found a new lease of life. He scored Liverpool's first goal of the Slot era against Ipswich Town and became crucial to the Dutch manager's tactical system. His final goal for Liverpool came in April 2025, the winner against Everton in the Merseyside derby at Anfield. It was a moment of pure magic, collecting a back heel from Luis Diaz before jinking past 3 Everton defenders and firing brilliantly past Jordan Pickford. The Kop erupted. It was the perfect way to sign off. Jota's international career began at youth level before making his senior debut in November 2019 against Lithuania, coming on as a substitute for Cristiano Ronaldo. His first goal for Portugal came in September 2020 against Croatia in the Nations League, a 4-1 victory that showcased the new generation of Portuguese talent. Jota was part of Portugal's squads for Euro 2020 and Euro 2024, scoring against Germany in the 2020 tournament. But it was in the Nations League where he truly shone. 2 Nations League victories, 2019 and 2025. His final match was the 2025 final against Spain, won 5-3 on penalties after a 2-2 draw. Jota's last professional act was lifting a major trophy with his country alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. 49 caps, 14 goals for Portugal. But these numbers don't tell the full story of his importance to the national team. He was becoming the focal point of Portugal's attack as Ronaldo aged. Jota wasn't just a footballer. He was a passionate gamer who owned an esports team called Luna Galaxy. In February 2021, he was ranked world number 1 on FIFA 21's Champions Leaderboard. He regularly streamed on Twitch and even won the Premier League's inaugural EPL tournament. His brother André wasn't just a passenger that morning. André Silva was also a professional footballer, playing for Penafiel in Portugal's Liga Portugal 2. Like Diogo, André had come through the youth systems at Gondomar and Passos de Ferreira. 2 footballing dreams ended in that crash. June 22, 2025, just weeks before the accident, Jota married Ruta Cardoso, his longtime partner and mother of his 3 children. The Instagram post read, "A day we will never forget." The wedding was a celebration of love and success, with Jota at the peak of both his personal and professional life. Jota leaves behind his newlywed wife, Rute, and 3 young children. This wasn't just the loss of a footballer, this was the destruction of a young family that had everything to look forward to. If this story is hitting you as hard as it's hitting me, subscribe for more deep dives into football's most important moments. The news broke in the early hours of July 3rd, sending shockwaves through the football world. Liverpool's official statement was heartbreaking. Liverpool FC are devastated by the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. We will be making no further comment at this time and request privacy as they try to come to terms with an unimaginable loss. Jurgen Klopp, who signed Jota to Liverpool, wrote, "This is a moment where I struggle. I'm heartbroken to hear about the passing of Diogo and his brother André. Diogo was not only a fantastic player, but also a great friend, a loving and caring husband and father. We will miss you so much." Cristiano Ronaldo posted, "It doesn't make sense. Just now we were together in the national team. Just now you had gotten married. Rest in peace, Diogo and André. We will all miss you." Harvey Elliott wrote, "Diogo, I can't believe you're gone. You were humble, hardworking, kind, and always there for anyone that needed anything. You'll never walk alone." Even rival clubs paid tribute. Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea,
Manchester City. Clubs that would normally be celebrating Liverpool's loss instead joined in mourning. Within hours, Liverpool fans began gathering outside Anfield Stadium, laying flowers, scarves, and tributes. The grassy area outside the main stand became a sea of red. At 28, Jota was entering what should have been the prime years of his career. Based on his trajectory, he could easily have played until 35. That's potentially 80 to 90 more goals for Liverpool, maybe 100 caps for Portugal. Liverpool had just won the Premier League and were building something special under Arne Slot. Jota was becoming increasingly important to their system. With Ronaldo now 40, Jota was becoming Portugal's main attacking threat. The 2026 World Cup could have been his tournament. But beyond football, Jota was building a life with Rute and their 3 children. Perhaps most heartbreaking of all, we'll never see Jota as a father watching his children grow up. Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, EFL Cup winner twice, 2-time Nations League champion. At 28, he'd already achieved more than most players dream of, but his legacy goes beyond trophies. Jota represented something special in modern football, a player who maximized his talent through intelligence, hard work, and determination. He was never the most gifted player on the pitch, but he was often the most effective.
But Jota's story doesn't end with tragedy. It continues in the memories of those who watched him play, in the lives he touched, in the example he set. It continues in his 3 children, who will grow up knowing their father was loved by millions. Diogo José Teixeira da Silva, Jota, you brought joy to football and joy to life. You showed us that success comes from hard work, that happiness comes from love, and that every moment matters. Share your favorite Jota memories in the comments below. Let's celebrate his life and career together. And remember, tomorrow isn't guaranteed for any of us. Tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Rest in peace, Diogo Jota. Rest in peace, André Silva. Football will never forget you. Your families will never forget you, and neither will we. You'll never walk alone.